Now that 2022 is almost at a close and we're looking ahead to celebrate the new year, it's also time for our yearly MMORPG.com awards. Last week, we revealed the Player's Choice winners, so if you haven't checked those out, head on over to MMORPG.com and see what the players chose as the best of the best in MMORPG gaming. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at the categories this year. Now, without further ado, here are the staff picks for our best of 2022. Diablo Immortal isn't a terrible game, and even if you are a big fan of the mobile MOG, there is one thing that everyone unanimously determined they did not like: the microtransactions. While the actual core gameplay loop is rather good for Diablo title on mobile, the microtransactions and the need to fuel your endgame by continuously purchasing items with real money from the shop did not sit well with many out there. So while this terrible monetization scheme may have bolstered Blizzard's wallet, it certainly turned off a lot of players who were just looking for a raucously good action RPG on mobile. Fortnite has seen a monumental 2022, with patch after patch improving the Battle Royale each time. It's also seen some of the craziest crossovers in Epic's metaverse, including Dragon Ball Super, Marvel and DC superheroes, and most recently My Hero Academia. There have also been plenty of changes to the game modes, including the introduction of a no build mode and the massive visual and technical upgrade made last month to bring Unreal Engine 5.1's Lumen and Nanite to the Battle Royale. Fortnite is clearly, without a doubt, the best Battle Royale on the market today. In a strange turn of events, our staff this year was deadlocked on the best persistent online world between Destiny 2 and No Man's Sky. Over the past year, No Man's Sky has continued to bring quality updates to the game, expanding on exploration, activities, and much more, and it's all for free. Meanwhile, Destiny 2 has added new campaigns, a legendary mode, new classes, and Bungie has even stated that they will be providing, yes, another expansion in the near future called Lightfall. Both games have a stellar year, and it's no wonder our staff couldn't pick between the two of them. After a long early access, Temtem finally released into their 1.0 version this year. Not only did the game bring this monster collector and battler to PC, but it also released on consoles as well, making this cross-platform MMO a real gem for an indie title. While it may be clear that Temtem gets a lot of its inspiration from Pokemon, there is a lot still headed down the pipe with new patches, seasons, and changes to their battle system. So if you love collecting and battling monsters, Temtem is a game that you can't pass up. Blue Protocol has been on our radar for a long time, and until recently, a lot of people wondered whether we would see this game released worldwide at some point. Luckily, over the past month, we learned that Bandai Namco's anime MMO not only is headed outside of Japan, but it has found a publisher in Amazon Game Studios, and it will be releasing on consoles as well. This action combat MMO is set to make waves when it releases in 2023, and if you take a few moments to watch the trailers for Blue Protocol, you'll know why it's voted the most anticipated game of 2022. New World not only had a difficult launch, but the game has had several issues crop up as the team at Amazon Game Studios has output patches, migrated servers, and generally tried to right the ship, so that the game can not only be playable, but enjoyable for all kinds of players. The team has since added new weapons and gotten some of the more treacherous bugs under control, and it has started to pay off. People are coming back to New World, and that's a good sign that what Amazon has been doing is actually working. If that isn't a clear sign of improvement, I don't know what is. Lost Ark has combined flashy graphics with satisfying action RPG gameplay that has kept players enthralled since its release. Smilegate has added new classes, raids, and plenty more along the way, and packed it all into a free-to-play game that is easy to jump into, but with enough depth that advanced players can always find ways to push themselves. That's why Lost Ark is our winner for Best Action RPG for 2022. Valheim took the survival world by storm and continues to be one of those titles that players jump into with friends to hang out, explore, and battle the horrors of Viking purgatory. Whether you spend your time dodging death skeetos or you're just in it for the building aspects, Valheim is definitely the indie survival game that you need to pick up. Keep your eyes out for more content headed our way in Valheim in 2023. Elden Ring is without a doubt the must-play RPG of 2022. From Software has perfected the Souls formula, and you can clearly see this in every sword strike, every calculated dodge, and every boss laid low at your hands. From Software has continued to push the boundaries of what Elden Ring can be, with a new multiplayer arena and the potential for more content and an inevitable sequel in the future. You absolutely can't sleep on Elden Ring if you love RPGs and don't mind a hefty dose of challenge. It's clear that our staff loves Final Fantasy XIV. By and large, Square Enix consistently expands Final Fantasy XIV with more classes, stories, and world building, which is rivaled by none this year. After the well-received expansion Endwalker, the team released multiple patches throughout 2022 that brought some great new story content, as well as the inclusion of island sanctuaries and the continuance of the Endwalker storyline with newfound adventure. Square Enix has another patch on the way, and it's slated for sometime later in January, but if you haven't jumped in a while, now is the perfect time. Thanks for watching this year's MMORPG Awards. Congratulations to all the winners, and we can't wait to see how these games evolve and what new games release in 2023. We'll see you next year.